Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Tech Tuesday presented by Delta Media Group, where we know that whatever else happens to Pied Piper, son of Anton will live on. So, today we are going to go in and take a look at the customer review system. We've had videos on this before, but we haven't covered it in a while, but we've added a lot of things to it, so figured it'd be a good time to go over it again. So let's jump into the DeltaNet and take a look at how it works. So first and foremost, it is a good idea to put a link to your customer reviews page on your website. So we'll start off there. To do that, I'm going to go down here to Website and then Pages. And then we'll go over here to New Page. This is one of our predefined pages, so I'm going to click on the Predefined Page tab. And then down here under Predefined Page Link, we're going to select Customer Reviews. So basically, this page exists already. You don't actually have to do this for the page to exist. And in a lot of cases, if you're at a company where the company is controlling your agent website navigation and you already have a reviews link in your navigation there, you won't have to do this step because the link will already be on your home page. So you just follow the second part of this video where we go through and actually configure the page. But if we're setting the page up, I'm going to go here and say link title, my reviews. And I want to add it to my navigation menu. You can see it automatically set the page title to match the link title, but I could change that and make it different if I wanted to. The difference here is that the link title is what you would click on in the navigation to get to this page, whereas the page title is what actually appears up in the browser tab. Now you also have your meta description tag and your meta keywords tag. Keywords are less important these days, but both of these have to do with search engine indexing. So for your meta description, you would want to write out a readable description of what this page is about. So something like customer reviews for real estate something like that. But you can put whatever you want there. The whole idea is that if this page comes up in search engine results, this is the description that is going to appear under the link to the page. The search engines will kind of make up something to go there on their own if you leave this blank, but it's a good idea to fill it in. Same deal with meta keywords tags. Search engines don't really use them like they used to, but it's still not a bad idea to put them in. But all it is terms like this, single words or small short phrases separated out by commas. So you can fill those in also if you want. The next thing you can do, and you can do this on all the predefined and custom pages, is you can go in here and you can select a campaign or an action plan. The idea is that if a customer is logged in on your website and they visit this page, they'll automatically be added to this campaign. So you would go into the campaign system, create the campaign ahead of time, and then you'd be able to select it from here. So if, for example, I made a campaign that I only wanted to send to people that visited my reviews page, I could create that campaign and say on the first day it sends out an email that says, hey, thanks for visiting my reviews page and reading over my reviews. That would appear in this list, and then I could check mark it, and then if anybody is on my website and logged into their account and they go to my reviews page, they'll automatically go into that campaign and then get that email and any other email that I set up to go out after that campaign. It's also worth noting that those email campaigns are also action plans. So it doesn't necessarily have to send an email. It could just create a to-do for you to follow up with that customer. So basically the system has tracked that they went to their reviews page. So in 7 days, it could send you a message or create a to-do on your calendar in the DeltaNet to tell you that you should give them a call because they were just on your reviews page 7 days ago. So you have a lot of options there as far as that goes. So once you have your page all set up, you just hit Update Page, and that will add it to your navigation on your website and create this page so that people can go in. They can click on, in this case, My Reviews, and that'll take them to your reviews page. So there you go. I'm not going to update this one because I'm pretty sure I already have several in here. I do a lot of testing here. But that is how you would get that page set up. So now, to configure that page along with everything else about how the customer review system works, we're going to go down here to Marketing and Reviews. So from here, we can not only configure what that page does, but we can also add, remove, approve, and review all the different reviews that come in for us. So the way this works is, by default, when a customer comes into your reviews page, as long as you have the form turned on there, they can submit a review, you'll get an email that a new review is submitted, and then that review will appear under this Needs Reviewed tab. So you'll click the link in the email, come into the DeltaNet, or just log in and go to this page, and you'll be able to see all those reviews under this tab, at which point you can approve the review, deny it, or you can even modify it if you want. Now, you can also go in here and add in reviews manually. So if you have reviews from another platform, or maybe a review was just emailed to you by a client, you could go in here and say add new review. Mr. Buyer, feeling real creative here. I guess that's just first name. Mr. Buyer. The only thing really required here is this first name field, but you can fill in the rest if you have it. You can determine how it is you represented them. So either you were, their buyer's agent, seller's agent, or maybe you represented them on a commercial transaction. You can also select multiple here. So, if you represented them as both a buyer and a seller, you can mark those out. You can put in your star rating here, which I'm going to give myself 5 stars. I don't know about you. Very businesslike. So you fill out the actual review copy here. That's also required. And then lastly, you can put in a date. It'll pick the current date by default, but you can go in and switch this. Say you were entering reviews that came in from a while ago. Or maybe you've gotten some reviews emailed to you that you just haven't had a chance to put in. You can set the date on these, and the system will use these to sort the reviews on the actual reviews page. Also, you can choose to display those or not, so if you're not very concerned with those dates, you can actually turn them off so they're not displayed. So we have a review in. I'm going to hit save. It's going to think for a minute, and now you can see that went under Needs Reviewed. So even though I put it in manually, it drops it into Needs Reviewed first, but this is a good example because if they had come into the website, this is where it would go. So now that we can see it under Needs Reviewed, I can either click Edit and I can change the review. I can click Approve, and once it's approved, it'll actually display on the reviews page. I can click Disapprove, which will drop it into this bucket over here. So it won't display it, but it doesn't delete it either. Or I can hit Delete, and it goes away completely. Now as I go through these tabs, these are all the reviews that I have approved in the past, and these are all the reviews that I've disapproved. So we'll go over here, and I'll go ahead and approve this one. Why not? And you can see I've approved it. So now if I look at my approved list, there's my review. So that's the first step and kind of the core to this platform. And really, as long as you know that part of it, that's really all you need to use the customer review system. Just know that a new review comes in, come in and approve it. Now, or disapprove it. Now, to modify the settings that relate to this system, I can go over here to the settings button, and then I have a lot of additional options related to the review system. So the first thing I have here is we have this public header section. This will show at the top of my customer reviews page. So basically, when you go to the page, it'll have whatever content I put in this section at the very top, and then below that, it'll have kind of our reviews template where it lays out each of the reviews. Next, I can choose whether or not I want people to be able to submit reviews on my reviews page. If I select no, you can see that field below disappears. And this would just have a page with the reviews on it, but no submission form. So customers wouldn't actually be able to submit a review there. They would have to either be contacted by me or send me an email with a review, and then I would have to add them in manually. So we'll leave that turned on. Now we have the thank you message here. So what this will do is if that form is turned on, when somebody submits a review, this is the page that they'll be taken to after that. So I can customize that thank you page if I want to. Next, this is where I choose whether or not that date is displayed that I put on each review. So you can see I have it turned on here, but if I wanted to turn it off, I would just switch it to off. Next, the 5-star rating system. So the 5 stars that I went in and gave myself a star rating, I could turn that system off altogether if I want to. I can change the color of the stars, so they'll be gold by default on the reviews page itself. And this does just pertain to on the reviews page. So there are certain widgets where your reviews are displayed in other places. This is just the star color on the actual reviews page. So right now I have it set to blue, but I could reset it to gold, or I can click here and change it to any other color I want. The other thing I can do here is I can have it automatically approve any reviews that come in that are 4 stars or greater. This can be kind of nice in that you won't have to interact with the system as long as there's a high star rating on a review. The system will just approve it and display it automatically. You won't have to actually go in and do anything. If you leave it off, then every review that's submitted, regardless of what star rating they gave you, will go into Needs Reviewed, and you'll have to go in and approve it. If you have this on, if it has 4 stars or more, it'll automatically go into approved, so you won't have to go in and approve it. Next, this is the integration for Zillow reviews. So if you have a Zillow account and you have reviews on there, the system can pull in kind of the 10 most recent reviews automatically. It does just look at the 10 most recent because that's what Zillow gives us. But this is an option for you. So if you're getting reviews there, you want them to come in and display on your website automatically, you just put your Zillow screen name here, and then you change Show Zillow Reviews to Yes. Now let me see if I can remember which button to push here. Yeah, there we go. So to find that, if I go over here to Zillow, I can go up to my Agent Hub and down to Profile. And if you scroll down to the bottom, down here you have Screen Name. So whatever's in this screen name is set to. There we go. So whatever that screen name is set to, you just copy it and then paste it into this Zillow screen name field here in the DeltaNet. And then switch this to Yes, and then we'll pull in your 10 most recent Zillow reviews. Next, we can automatically pull in reviews from Real Satisfied. So if you do have a Real Satisfied account, you can get those. For the Real Satisfied reviews, if you go to your reviews page and you see we're looking at an agent's Real Satisfied reviews page here, but let me bring my toolbar up here. There we go. So this right here is basically your username. This is the Vanity key. So if you take this last part of the URL here and you copy that, you would paste that in over here as your Real Satisfied Vanity key and switch this to Yes, and then the system will automatically pull in the reviews from your Real Satisfied account as well. So then just saving you a step. You don't have to enter them in more than one place. If you have them there, you'll automatically have them here. In that case, this one doesn't pull just the most recent 10. This one will actually pull, I think, everything we get. Well, it'll pull everything we get from Real Satisfied, which I think is every review you have there. And then lastly, this is our most recent addition, you can pull in any of the reviews from your Facebook business account automatically. So to do that, I would just switch this to on and save it. Now, any change you make on this page, you hit Save Settings down here at the bottom to actually save it. But what this does is this will pull from a connected Facebook account. So all this setting is doing is when I switch this on, if you have a Facebook account connected to the system, then it will pull the reviews from that account. Now to actually make that connection, you have this link here that says click here to connect Facebook pages. This takes me over to the Facebook Auto Connector system, and that's where I attach my Facebook account. So if I click here, there we go. It takes me over to the Facebook Auto Connector page, and you can see I have a bunch of settings for creating posts and things because I already have a Facebook account connected. Now if you didn't have a Facebook account connected here already, you would just see a sign-in button on this page. So to give you an idea what that looks like, I don't think I'm signed in on this one, but I guess we're about to find out. There we go. So you can see if you don't have a Facebook account connected for Facebook Auto Connector already, then you'll see a page like this where you just click Sign in with Facebook, sign into your Facebook account, or if you're already signed into your Facebook account in this browser, it'll have you signed in automatically. You just approve the permissions, and then you're all set. So that connects the account, and at that point, as long as it's turned on the reviews page, we'll start pulling in the reviews from that account automatically. Now let me go back into that other account. Something worth noting here is you don't have to be using the Facebook Auto Connector to be getting the Facebook reviews. You do have to have your account connected, but if I go into this Post Tools page, once you're connected, you'll see a page like this where you can select all the business pages that your account has access to, and you can change the settings that pertain to each post type for each one of those business pages. So I only have one business page, so that's the one that's selected here. If I didn't want Facebook Auto Connector to do any posting, I would just go down here and switch each of these to off. And then when I have them all switched, I would go down to the bottom and click Save Preferences. So at that point, I would have turned off all of the auto posting, so the system won't do any auto posting for me. But the account is still connected, and as long as it is turned on under our Marketing and Reviews page, and Settings over here, there we go. Now as long as it is turned on down here at the bottom, it will still be pulling in the reviews from that account. So, like I've said, once you make any changes on this page and have the settings put together the way you want, you just click Save Settings here at the bottom, and that will basically set all of these changes live. So there you go. That is the review system. Now to give you an idea of what this review page looks like, I'll just go over here and we'll say, let's see if I can remember what this... That's not it. That's not it at all. Oh, I know why. We'll give you a different one. That's what we do. We fix problems. There you go. So this is an example of one of those reviews pages. This is the content that I would have up at the top. Now this isn't the same account as the one we were looking at, so that's why this doesn't match. But this is the kind of header information on the page. And then down here, you have the See My Zillow Profile link because there's a Zillow profile connected. These are all of the reviews I have, and this is the submission form. And there you have it. There's your reviews page. So if you've added it to the nav, there'll be a link up here in the navigation that allows you to get to it. Otherwise, you could share that out. You can send people links to this reviews page. You can send it out in emails. You can set up an email campaign with a link to your reviews page. So you have all those different options to get people here so that they can submit reviews for you. So there you have it. That is the customer reviews system. So as always, thanks a lot for joining me. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to give us a call or send an email into support@deltagroup.com and we will help you out. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you again next week.